I was recently reading a book called The Great Demographic Reversal by economist Charles Goodhart. As I was poring over the charts and graphs and economic data, I noticed that he kept talking about global inequality. That phrase kept popping up. Global inequality, global inequality, global inequality. At times it might be switched out for world inequality. But you get the point. It's peppered all throughout the book, and all throughout academia and the business world in general. When I was younger, no one used to use that buzzword, inequality. The phrase that they would have used would be combating global poverty. Notice the semantics of not using that phrase. It's because the system isn't erasing poverty, contrary to what people like Ben Shapiro will tell you. Delete China from the data, and the rest of the developing world got poorer over the last 30 years, not richer. And bad news, China is going down due to their aging population and their one-child policy sabotaging a replacement generation of workers. At any rate, that switch is instructive, from mentioning alleviating poverty to equalizing us. Then I remembered years ago when Ross Perot ran for president during the 1990s. He warned that NAFTA would gut America's industrial sector and put millions out of work. The middle class would be devastated, he correctly warned. It was around that time that people who read through the NAFTA trade agreement saw that one of the points of it was to normalize the wages between the United States and the Third World. In other words, to cut wages here to equalize us with poor countries. And this gets to the heart of what they mean by combating global inequality. It's not about raising up the rest of the world. It's about collapsing our standard of living. The globalist marketing department ditched the alleviating poverty claim and shrewdly adopted the fight against inequality mantra because they knew it played into the hands of democracies. Just as a reminder, according to Aristotle and Cicero, democracy is the corrupt, decayed form of a republic, and like all the classical forms of government, they have different end goals. While the end goal of a republic is virtue, the end goal of a democracy, says Plato, is equality. In the Republic, he talks about the mania for equality that grips all democracies and leads to their degeneration. He says that in democracies, they erode all standards and equalize everything. He says that in a democracy, the parent will be claimed to be the equal of the child. The citizen will be claimed to be the equal of the foreigner. Virtue will be claimed to be the equal of vice. Heraclitus cursed the worship of mediocrity that was an attribute of democracies when the city-state of Ephesus turned into one. As a result of their hatred of excellence and their promotion of the common level of mediocrity characteristic of equality, they exiled one of their leading lights, Hermodorus. Heraclitus cursed them for this crime against culture, saying that the Ephesians would do well to hang themselves, every grown man of them, and leave the city to the beardless lads. For they have cast out Hermodorus, the best man among them, saying we will have none who is best among us. If there be any such, let him be so elsewhere and among others. At any rate, you get the point. Democracies are kind of obsessed with the notion of equality. They prize it above excellence, even to the extent of kneecapping merit, such as when Sweden told this lunch lady to stop cooking so well and to stop giving the children fresh fruit and vegetables. The municipality has ordered Anna Eriksson to bring it down a notch, since other schools do not receive the same caliber of food. And that is unfair. To have continued to put in the extra effort and to have derived superior results would have later school open to cries of privilege, and that, of course, is a violation of the equality rule. But you get the point. To a society that worships equality, a claim that you're fighting global inequality sounds attractive, but what it really means is that they're tearing down our standard of living to crush us down into a third world country. And to their credit, the globalists are achieving their goals. Americans are now poorer, with the world's highest suicide rates, and we even achieved a new goal of seeing our average life expectancy go down for the second time. A feat for America, which up until now always had increased life expectancies generation upon generation since the country's founding. But now this is being reversed. Soon we'll be equally poor, equally oppressed, equally disadvantaged. Ooh, equality. Doesn't it give you a warm, fuzzy feeling? By the way, I'm writing the cover story for the new issue of the print edition of the New American Magazine. It's called Deep State Nazi Hidden Axis. Check it out. You can get a copy for yourself by going to thenewamerican.com.